How do you learn who you really are? It's not found in books. It's found on the battlefield. We'll go live. Okay, so welcome back to everybody to the Battlefield of the Mind. I'm Rick, the creator of the Warrior's Way mindset. But I'm back with one of the most powerful spirit warriors that I know, Maria Kellis. I've mentioned her like in 70 of my episodes. So you're wondering, all right, who is this? Episode 69. We did an episode that blew my mind. And she's back, and she's going to help guide me. She's going to guide me like through, because like we're working on stuff. I'm working on things. We're all growing. Everybody is growing. And I've never seen anybody stronger than Maria. So she's going to guide me. We were doing this before this, and she's going to help me. Now, I'll admit, this is not my strongest side, so I'm working really hard. And so if it seems like I'm not trying, I'm really trying, I promise. I really want to do this.
Before we go to actually do this, so first, Rick, thank you for having me back. I'm excited to do it, and I'm also excited for your vulnerability. And I had offered to Rick to do this like before the show. And as we were doing it, I got the message, hey, it's going to help people to actually see the process because it's messy. I call this karma, for lack of a better word, but we all come with something that we need to work through. It almost feels like our work here on this planet, on this lifetime, is to work through stuff that we carry. Why do we do this work? I'm not 100% sure. The best explanation I've heard is from the Buddha. So the Buddha always spoke about karma. And if you actually read more about Buddhism. So I literally studied world religions. So I read a lot. And one thing that he says is that there is a way out. It's almost like in the precepts of Buddhism can be very depressing because the first one is like life is suffering. Okay, now you're stuck here. Welcome to this world. And the next one is, but there is a way out. And that way is the way of the Buddha, right? And in a sense, I always said, well, why do we start with life is suffering? That seems kind of depressing. What if life is good? Well, life is good in the basis. And we're here to do work. We're not here to get a free ride. And I say this to those of us who played victim at one point in our lives or are still playing victim, because I was very much abused growing up. And so I played victim for, oh my God, a huge part of my life. And victim is ego. This is the crazy thing. If you feel that people attack you and you do everything to help them, and somehow it's always, always come back. People betray you, people hurt you, people, abuse you, blah, blah, blah. Well, guess what? What is the common word in this sentence? You. It's all about you. It's your ego. Ha, amazing. So it's like, oh, why me? Well, guess what word I use? Me. Poor me. What word did I use? Me. So this whole play is a game of consciousness. And my clients, when they get out of the pain of the thing they're stuck on, they're like, well, wow, it's like a miracle. My life changed. No, it's not a miracle. It's like your vibration changed. So you're out. Now you're out. You're ready for the next step. And this is the incredible part. And Rick is very kind in being vulnerable, very vulnerable in front of people. Last time we worked, it was in private. And this morning I started working with him in private. And I was like, well, if you're courageous enough, and he's very courageous, then let's do it in front of the group, because I want people to see how messy it gets. This is a man who's done a lot of work in himself. This is not a beginner, right? And my clients tend to not be beginners because there's something that I bring. What I bring is this extra level of energy. So I may do things that look familiar, but then the results are not familiar, right? And that's kind of like the magic of Maria. And it usually takes an advanced person to recognize that. So I know for sure that Rick is advanced because he recognized, he's like, I don't know what happened, but after I met you the first time, for days I had a different, and I'm like, yep, if you're aware enough to notice the difference, that means you're very aware, right? So first, I want to start by saying thank you, Rick, for being who you are and being so advanced that you can do it. And then let's start from the beginning, so then people can follow through. But what we're going to do is a very private process that Rick is willing to do online. So thank you for your courage. And hey, it's recorded, so if things go super messy, we'll cut
it. True. Yeah, and yeah, it's an honor. It very much is an honor. So I'm putting myself in your hands, full trust. And, I'll just, open for what you guys, why am I having Maria do this? I have done a lot of work. I've killed so many demons. I've fought so many monsters. I've broken so many curses. And it's one of those things that whenever I work with people, they're like, okay, I went through the program or I went through your training and now I should be good, right? And I'm like, no, they keep coming. Like doubt keeps coming. Fear keeps coming. Pain keeps happening. Things will keep going on. And now you're just more prepared to handle it. And then now it's going to keep coming over and over again. Just, are you trained or untrained to be ready to face that? And so, I've also done like a lot of work, even in like the psychedelic world and stuff like this. I've also tapped into that to go, how far can I go to fight another demon? I found a lot of repression in my heart is what I found. It was a lot of closed feelings and things that were locked off. So with all of that, I become more aware of spirit, more aware of heart. I've been doing a lot of heart work, especially since we talked. I've been doing a lot of heart work. And now I'm at a point where like there's some block that I can't find. I search for it, but this isn't a curse. And I search for it and I'm not under attack by something. It's something that's blocked. It's something maybe I armored off, something maybe I closed up. It's a subconscious thing. And even when I'm meditating, I can't find it. And so this is where I'm like, Maria, hey, listen, come in there, guide me. Let's do this.
One of my clients once called me a blind spot doctor. And I like this. I actually have it in one of my websites as a testimonial, because we all have blind spots. Mm-hmm. And I'm not 100% sure how to translate in words. I'm a Christian, so we don't really believe in multiple lives. I do, because I had what we call a near-death experience when I experienced this journey. When here in the East, they call it like the Bodhisattva journey, where I went through lives, like literally lived through different lives, having the awareness of being me and seeing the game. And I was like, ooh, that's a game of consciousness. And I didn't have the vocabulary, I didn't have the acknowledgement, the awareness to even know what it is. So I said, that's interesting. What is that? And I said, okay, I'll go in the East where they talk about it like it's normal and figure it out. So that's why I landed here in Thailand, where it's a Buddhist country, and where it was not weird to talk about bodhisattva. It was not weird to talk about karma. In fact, it was the moment it stopped being weird, I was like, okay, now that not that I accepted that it's okay and then we can talk about it, then let's go one step further. What does it mean? What do we do with it? And I discovered that every single one of us comes with quote unquote karma. What does that mean? That means that we're here with a block of some kind, one or more or 1,000, it doesn't matter. And those blocks are the way. So I don't know if you've heard the expression, the way out is through. So you don't go out, you go through it. And in fact, it is the exercise of going through it that allows you to go to your next level. And this is the work that, quote unquote work, if you remember Brené Brown, right? But this is the work that we do here. Every time something blocks us, it's like a gift. People say, well, why me? Why this? And I'm like, dude, you're cool. I had an enormous amount of things I had to overcome for myself. And I know that this is why I'm so strong. Rick said, oh, Maria is one of the strongest people. Yeah, I am one of the strongest people, and I'm okay with it. I used to say, God, no more. Like, there's an expression that says, whatever doesn't kill you, make you stronger. And I'm like, can it just die instead of getting stronger? I can't handle anymore. And it was like, nope, let's keep on coming, right? To the point where I finally gave up my ego. And I said, okay, it's not happening to me. It's happening for me. Remember the 4 things I said last time. Does it happen to me? Does it happen for me? Does it just happen, or does it happen through me?
Through you. I remember. Yeah, that I've never forgot that.
You remember, what is it? Tell me.
Yeah, it was the pour me to for me to happening to happen through you, the creator. Yeah, I remember when you went through that. It was very helpful for me too.
This is a really good framework, because at the creator, we no longer look at things as a punishment or even a reward. It's just something that we do to ourselves to get to the next level, right? So, and we only get there before we are ready to get to the next level. I used to joke, I'm like, God, dude, we invented technology here. We have faxes, email. Can you just send me like a list? And Spirit doesn't work this way. We get the next step. I was just talking to another friend of mine / client, and she's like, Maria, I don't know. Like, she used to be blocked in making money. She wasn't making money. Now she's making a lot of money. She's like, I don't know why, but now I'm blocked. I've never been so much in debt. And I'm like, congratulations, you're at the next stage. Let's work on that. And so she booked a session with me so we can work through that. Because if she had one problem for years and now she has a different problem, as far as I'm concerned, this is progress, because now she has something else. So, Rick, for you, that means that you're not broken in any way, shape, or form. This is not something that is happening outside of you. This is you've gone in enough to find those building blocks that need to be cleared if you want to go to your next level. And I always say to people, think of it as a rock. Like you're born with, it would be ideal if we were all born in fertile soil that looked amazing and everything was good, but it's not that way. They asked the Buddha if anybody's born without karma, and he actually said no. In fact, the Buddha himself died because of karma, a karmic contract. So we all come with this quote unquote contracts between souls, and it's really contracts of love. And I want to say this, if I remember I kind of was sexually abused. Well, my rapist had contracts with me, not exactly the kind of contracts I want to fulfill. So I've cleared the rest of those contracts, but I had to go through enough of them to realize that, oh, I don't like that. I don't enjoy that. Right. And more than that, when I had my near-death experience, I went back hundreds of lives, thousands of years. I saw myself being the rapist myself. I mean, not me, Maria, right? But the energy, the karma that I carry. So I was like, oh. And compared to what had happened in the past, what had happened to me was tiny, 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 tiny. So I was like, oh. Because sometimes we have no compassion, no love for those people who suffer unless we have suffered ourselves. So that allowed me to have compassion. It's almost like I had to be myself. I had to go through a lot of things in order to have compassion for people. Because I'm like, now I realize if somebody's in pain, they're not exactly the nicest person around. So I have a lot of patience with people who are in pain. People who are in pain can treat me really badly. And then I'll be like, I love you anyway. Go ahead, bring it on. When I was in a wheelchair myself, I was nasty because I was in pain, frustrated. So in a sense, like I do want to have this theory first that what you're feeling, Rick, is the next level. It's your next level has to go through something that is so deep within you that all your life you've been stuck with it. And it's going to feel unfamiliar in some ways because your whole life you've been with it. It's almost like when we remove it, you might feel strange. And more than that, it might feel that life is weird. Like there's almost like one thing that I do is when I remove something major, I flood people with love, because I used to just remove things. And then the first thing that people did is they will replace it with something very similar. And I'm like, why are you doing this? But it's because it's so familiar. The pain is so familiar that it feels wrong not to have the pain. So in a sense, I'm giving you all these warnings and these theories so you understand that what we're doing goes one level deeper. So, and I'm doing this in live. So then, because I know that a lot of people may not have heard this kind of like language before, and we don't have to be weird people. We don't have to be weird people to talk about it. I'm a pretty smart cookie. I work with business people. I went to MIT. I'm not exactly a woohoo person, right? And I'm not going around naked in the moonlight. That's not me. But at the same time, I realized that energy is the most efficient way to overcome problems. It's not the physical, it's not the mind, it's the energy. It's like one level deeper. It's like accelerating everything. So let's go for it. So just allow yourself. So Rick, please go ahead and describe a little bit what's going on, and then we'll go through the exercise.
All right. So I know that when I'm meditating, when I'm praying, when I'm working on stuff, I can feel that if I have to be like, where are my blocks at? I know one block is here. I know that when I'm going down, I hit like about here, and then I can't figure out where to get through it. Now I do know I've armored my heart up recently, because like my girl and I were going through some stuff, and I know that I armored my heart up because like I know she's working on her things, but while somebody's working on their stuff, they also happen to do harm or do damage. So I'm trying to stay armored up to not take it personal or not let her hurt me, but I may have over armored or I may have blocked too hard. And so I know there's something here where like I'm hitting my own wall, but I also feel it here. And this is where when I try to like do that connection to God thing, when I try and like just open up and feel the energy come up, it almost feels like the energy that I push up is like hitting something and swirling down. And that's a weird feeling because that wasn't always there either. It would be like you could feel like that flow, and you could feel like I could just open it up and I'd feel the flow, and there'd be like a release and like a gain at the same time. And now it's like almost like if you sprayed a fire hose inside of something that's closed off, and it's like just hitting it and bouncing back at you. Like it's like hitting the ceiling instead of like going up. And that there's that weird like kind of block in between here thing where like I'm going back and forth in myself, but it wasn't always like that. So I try to really focus on like what am I blocking here? Because I don't feel fear, and it's not doubt, and I don't know what it is. It's almost like some sort of protection of some type, out of a necessity and not out of anger, not out of sadness. It's maybe out of, I don't know what it is. There's a thing there that I'm blocking though, but I don't feel bad.
Is it okay if we change the language a little bit? That
Sure.
Maybe you're not, remember what I was saying, that sometimes it's something that you were born with, like quote unquote karma, and that this is not, it wasn't always there. It's like it had always been there, but you just were not feeling it. It's like you have a stack of potatoes that you're carrying, and you're like, oh, this is heavy, but you never know that it's there until at one point you're like, oh, why am I feeling this heaviness in my shoulder? Before you just felt a heaviness overall, but suddenly you're like, oh, it's in my shoulder. I'm like, okay, great. Now we know we need to go in the shoulder to go get the sack of potatoes. So to me, it feels that this is karmic. To me, it feels like this is innate. And the reason I'm suggesting that is to allow yourself to stop taking the blame. There's 100% responsibility. Does not mean you did anything wrong. And that's really important to understand the distinction. 100% responsibility is I'm responsible for everything. I'm creating everything, but I'm not doing anything wrong. This is not about blame and shame and guilt. This is about realizing that you're creating everything. And let's go back to the Stoics, right? To the Stoic philosophers. This is a good world. This is a good world with a good purpose. So everything is happening in a good way for a good reason. And so, what is it that you have been working on? So, obviously, the connection with your daughter you mentioned. What else have you been working on that could be what you want? And now that you're facing the next level.
I think if I had to go the highest stress, just openly, it would be in the love category. That's my highest stress. In the love category, for sure. Like, it's heart side. Now, when I've been doing heart side work, like, again, I just opened heart side this year. So, like, when people were talking about inner child work and stuff like that, I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm like, because I would be mind side, which is, psychology, Stoic philosophy. I'd get into all of, like, the answers. And then I'd get into body side, tactics, action, do something about it. Let's make it happen. That would be my strongest sides. But then I opened spirit side a couple of years ago, and that changed a lot of connections for me, but I didn't master that. It's open and I know it's there and I can use it, but it's not my mastery. And then this last year, I opened up heart side. I didn't realize I had a friend of mine who was a heart side warrior. He's like, that's heart side, bro. And yours is closed. And so I did a lot of work. And as soon as I realized where that was, I've been working heart side. Well, in there, I found two of the most wounded versions of myself. One was the closed off, like the locked away child. And it was like an 8-year-old me that just did not feel loved. And I've been doing a lot of work. In fact, like, out of the 4 sides of me, my body side, which is like my warrior side, has been taking on that protector role that I never had as a kid. And so, like, they've been hanging out. Inner child loves my warrior, like, loves hanging with him. They hang out all the time. But there's also a broken-hearted version of me, almost like the emo version of me, like the most, like, sad, beat down, like, depressed version of me is like this romantic, this little Shakespearean guy who's just bummed out in his little striped shirt, emo as could be, just bummed. And there's a lot of heartache that came in, especially in the love category, for that version, that romantic version of me that wanted to do big love, but was just damaged because I was also attracted to damaged people because I was in a damaged environment growing up. I was in an abusive home.
Can I stop you right there? You're
Sure.
going back to the story, so you're going back in the mind. So let's stay with the facts as opposed to going to the why, because you have all these answers, and I'm like, let's forget the answers.
Okay.
If we look at it from the perspective of karma, of contracts, so your daughter, obviously, our children, our close one, the people who are closest to us, definitely come with contracts with us, right? And her contract is probably to open up your heart. Yay. And so she's hitting those things that nobody has ever been able to hit before.
Well, I don't know if it's daughter on this one. I think when I say my girl, I mean like my Andrea, my wife, my Andrea.
Oh,
like
your wife. I'm sorry.
Right. So, and like,
so your wife. So same answer, except let's change the person.
Different person. And so with us, we were going through some pretty tough things, and there was a block there. There was a block that we had. Yeah. And it happened for a while, and we recognized it. But with this, she's like, okay, I see I have a lot of work on myself to do. But I am aware of when you're doing work, you go through pain, you go through hardship, you go through some nasty stuff. And there's still a toll or a tax on your partner. Whenever somebody is working on their things, there is a tax on the relationship. And so I'm aware of it. And I'm like, I know you're going to go through some tough things, but I've armored myself up from that. And I think it's that romantic side of me. It's that part of me that's been hurt a lot, that my heart side just doesn't have the defense as my other side has.
And again, you're going to the story. So
yeah.
And I'm stopping you because
no, you're good.
We want to go through it. We don't want to go. So the why me part, that's the victim. So the why, the moment you ask why, and you give me an answer, which is great, is still victim. So let's go and say this is perfect. Is it okay to say this is perfect and it's a gift? And it,
sure,
your girl is your partner as opposed to your daughter. Same difference. So people are interchangeable. So everything happens within us, and the world is a mirror. And the people who are closest to us are the best mirrors of us. But their job is to be our mirrors as we are their mirrors. And in a sense, it doesn't matter who the mirror is. So if you don't get it with one mirror, you get another mirror to reflect at you. So it's not like we'll ever get away from it, because it's almost like seeing our own reflection in the pond. It will always be the same until we, comb our hair or, shave our beard or whatever. Then we will look different. So in a sense, it doesn't matter why. It matters that it's in the surface. So now you see it. So let's concentrate on what you're seeing as opposed to the why and the past and blah, blah, blah. So what are you seeing? What are you feeling? Talk to me about that.
All right. So you're asking, like, what is the feel? Like, what do I feel? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
All right. I feel for me, I feel there's like a, maybe on this side, my heart side, I think there's more of a fear than I have on any other side. I think the fear is on my heart side. So there's a fear there. There's a fear of, I guess, man, just how much there is to go through it.
Don't go through explanation. So fear, anything else?
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Warrior, thank you so much for being a part of the information that we have. And you're part of our story as we are a part of yours. It's very much an honor to be able to connect with each other. If you want to know more or you want to get started with working with me or working with our warriors so that you can begin your path to authenticity, strength, leadership, and accountability, this is the way. Together, we are way stronger. Now you get to choose. Do you go forward or keep doing what you've always done? If you stay where you're at, hey, click on some of the stuff and follow what it is. We got motivational stuff. We've got podcasts. We've got more things. Just subscribe and do the stuff, and we'll keep you updated. But if you want to start going in, start jumping into what our programs offer and start your journey and being the hero in your own story.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of hurt in there. I think there's
hurt. Okay.
And hurt in the way of like I don't know, probably abandonment. I think there's probably a thing there where it's like that, a lack of appreciation,
and
neglect.
You again, and remember, I'm not trying to interrupt you. So our mind has all the words. Our body and our emotions are very simple words, right? So you have fear, you have pain, all right? So abandonment, okay, that's a good word. We can use that.
There's some kind of neglect in here. There's something where it's like just not heard, not seen. Like there's some sort of thing there where it's like, probably more of a defense against, like, you're going to do harm to that part. You're going to hurt that part.
Okay.
And the more, it seems like the more committed and the more open and the more vulnerable I've been, the more it's been not appreciated or not treated well.
All right. So let me explain what I do, the way I work. I work with energy. So when I feel you going in the heart, I'm like, yay. And then when I interrupt you, it's because you went back in the mind, right? And it's a very good, you've done it enough times to tell me that it's a pattern for you, that the moment, it almost feels more comfortable for you to explain what happened than to feel it. So let's go and feel it. So close your eyes and feel that pain. Just the pain, the block, the fear. Just feel it. Okay, now you're feeling it because I can feel it activating. And then go deeper. And in that state, I'm going to guide you through a guided meditation where we go into that darkness. And it will be an assisted trip to the darkness. So I'll be going with you. We'll ask your guides and your protectors to come with you. So we'll go down the staircase. We'll open the door into a dark room, except I will be with you and light will come with you so you can bring light into that room. So all you have to do is hold on to the pain so we know where we're going. So hold on to the fear and the pain, that block. Feel that in your heart. Feel it in your body. Let it activate, and we're going to go in, and it doesn't matter what you see. Whatever you see is perfect. There's no judgment. There's no way to get this wrong. So allow yourself to go in, allow yourself to breathe. So let's start by breathing. So breathe in and out. In and out. And again, breathe in and out. And as I count backwards from 10, see yourself going down a staircase. The staircase is to your heart. And every step we take, just follow my lead. So 10, we're going down the first step. In that first step, you're allowing yourself to go down the journey and hear my voice going 10, 10, 10. And now you're ready to go to 9. Take one more step. And in that step, you allow yourself to feel different. Hear my words. 9, 9, 9. And then go one step lower. Allow yourself to go deeper. Allow yourself to let go and see the number 8, 8, 8, 8. And then one step more, 7. Allow yourself to go even deeper. Allow yourself to relax. Allow yourself to just be and taste the number 7, 7, 7, and 6. Allow yourself to go one more step and feel it in your skin maybe. 6, 6, 6. And now 5. Let's go one step further. Now let's cross the boundary between the seen and the unseen. Things are slowing down. Reality is slowing down. Everything is slowing down. Allow yourself to go further. 5, 5, 5. And now let's go down the path. And now the path transforms from a staircase into a road. Like it's almost like you're going down a cave, deep into the mountains, deep into the unknown. 4, 4, 4. And go even deeper. The next step 3 is really a step into this winding way. It's almost like you're going down, but now let's bring some light. So I'm going with you, and what is coming with you are your guides, your protectors. It's almost like they're bringing the light. So suddenly what was a dark cave has light around you. You don't have to see anything else. And maybe you hear some screams in the distance. It doesn't matter. Allow yourself to go deeper. 3, 3, 3. And the next step, feel yourself surrounded by beings of light, love, and wisdom. Anything that is good in the world is coming with you. Know that you are safe, you're protected, you are guided. Feel that protection. Feel that guidance. Feel that. And allow yourself to go even one step deeper. 2, 2, 2. And this last step, bring all your courage, all your humanness, and all your guidance, all your protection, everything you've worked on, and know that you're safe, you're protected, you're guided. Feel that protection before we go into the door. 1, 1, 1. And now see yourself in front of the door. And just remember what color is the door. It really doesn't matter, but just notice a color, because we're going to explain what that color is. And open the door and find yourself in front of a room. And that room is dark, but you're bringing the light. So step into the room knowing that you are in the light. And in fact, let's create a little plexiglass or glass container around you. So you are in the light, and whatever you see cannot touch you or affect you, but you're going to become aware of it. So in your little bubble, in your little magic bubble of light, you're starting to see things in the distance, things that may come closer, and just observe them. Just observe them. It doesn't matter what they are. Just keep a memory of them. Those are the big bad nasties. We don't know where they come from. We don't know the idea. Just feel them there. And as you feel them there, now you found it. Because now it's connecting to your heart. Very good. Whatever you're seeing, just go deeper with that. Allow yourself to go deeper, one step deeper. Go even more into the darkness. Remember, you're surrounded by your magic bubble of light, so you're safe. Just go explore what is coming, what is arriving. Allow yourself to go deeper. Allow yourself to find what it is you were looking for. And then, just for one more step, allow yourself to see the darkest parts, the parts that you did not know were there. They're so dark that you were scared to even open them. And allow yourself to go in that place where awareness is. Find that, realize that, be that, and whatever you're seeing. So I'm going to ask you some questions. Do you see any colors? Remember the colors. And it's okay,
I see,
actually. Go ahead.
Yes, like red curtains.
Red
And
curtains.
there's like red curtains. I see when as I was going in there, I saw this small pine tree from the apartments I grew up in. And I think I remember seeing that small pine tree when that's when my mom left. And that's when I remember as a kid, I shut everything down.
Okay. So the pine tree, you feel the red curtain. Do you hear anything?
I don't know if I hear anything. I just remember not feeling safe and not feeling loved.
Don't go in the memory, stay in that experience. So you saw the pine tree, and now you're seeing the red curtain. Stay in the experience. Don't go in the memory. Stay in the experience in this moment. Do you hear anything? Maybe you hear my voice.
I hear your voice, but
Nothing
I don't
else.
hear anything else.
Do you feel anything? Do you feel cold? Do you feel hot? Do you feel the tingling? Do you feel any sensations in your skin, in your body?
Maybe hot. Maybe it's heat. Yeah.
Hot. Red curtain, hot, and a pine tree. Okay. And is there anything else there?
There's an image of it's called a mimic. It's a treasure chest that looks like a treasure chest, but it's really like an evil monster.
It's
that,
okay.
Eats people.
It's okay. But that is exactly the pain that we're after, because the moment you mentioned the treasure chest, then the pain was there. So I'm like, perfect. Let's go find that. So you're safe. You're protected. I'm with you. You're surrounded by light. You're definitely safe. Can you open the chest?
You can't open the chest itself is a monster.
All right, but can you open it? We can tame the monster? So open it.
I'm not scared. I'm just saying it's just teeth, like inside of it. It's just
all right. So open the teeth. Ask it to open. See what happens. There's something inside that you don't want to see, but it's exactly the pain that you're looking for. Stay there. You're not powerless. This is your vision, so you have full control of your vision. So ask it to be different and change and open.
Yeah,
you're creating here.
No, as far as what's in there, like the main hurt that I'm feeling and the thing that I'm feeling in there, it's mostly from like women. is where I'm getting a lot of the pain from. Like,
Okay.
I've had hurtful women.
Hurtful women hurting you. Very nice. Very, very nice. And you're definitely there. You're definitely there because I can feel the pain. It's activating. It's strong. It's almost hot. So I'm really glad you're feeling the heat. And you saw the red curtain. Are you able to open the curtain as well?
Yeah.
What is behind that curtain?
Like I said, it's just the people that, like, it's just the girls that just hurt people. Like, it's just the people that you try to save, the people you try to help, and the people who just do harm, like the most selfish of harm.
Okay. Let them be there. Just open the curtain. It doesn't have to be anything. Just know who they are and let them be there. And then there's the monster that is the chest. And inside is more women, more pain. So just let that be open. And in that moment, in this moment, right now, scan your body and see if there's another area of your body that's being activated.
I think it keeps going in my head.
It's the throat. So go in your throat. So what is happening in the throat? It doesn't matter. It's not, there's no wrong or right. Just what are you feeling?
I don't know what that is.
Okay.
Like, I'm trying. I don't know what that is. Like, there's something, I can feel it there. It's like, it's almost like there's like a block there or something. I don't know.
Yeah. We'll call it the block. Do you want to give it a name?
Listen, the block is fine. I don't know what it is, though. There's something that's stopping there. Maybe it's like that thing that like stops you from crying or something. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. Now you know what it is. It's the stopping for crying. All right. Very good. Very nice. That's the one. And then I know it's going to sound strange, but because this is connected to women and this is connected to your connection, let's also go down into your groin in the second chakra, kind of like all the sexual energy that's associated. And I know love is not always sex, but there's an association there for you. So let's go there. And then tell me what you see. It doesn't matter. Whatever you see is right.
I don't think I know how to do this one. Like, I'm trying to see if like what's there, but like it's.
So just breathe and relax. Just breathe and relax. You don't have. This is not. You don't have to perform.
I'm really not trying. I don't know. I don't know what I'm looking for in this area. Like, as far as that area, like, it doesn't feel weak.
Do you
I don't
see
feel
any
weak.
colors? Do you see any images? Do you hear anything? Do you feel anything?
I hear sirens. I don't know if that's on my side or not, though.
Okay, sirens are from my window, but that's okay. Let's go with sirens.
It doesn't. I don't feel weakness in that area. For it, like,
No,
it's not in that area. It doesn't. I feel strong in that area. I don't know what it is that.
I did not say we're looking for weakness. We're looking for the association. So
Sure.
What is the association? It's okay.
If anything, like, I feel stronger there. I don't feel like strong. In this area, it feels strong here. I don't feel weak here. Like, in here, it felt there was weak or there's hurt here. But if I go lower, I don't feel weak. I feel strong.
Possibly that is the answer, because what I was feeling is that you stopped the heart and you went into action, which is pretty much sex. So you kind of like, you felt strong there, you felt good. And then you kind of like said, okay, I'm powerful there, so I'll stay there. And then I'll stay away from the heart and the throat and expression. So yeah, maybe that's the actual answer.
These areas here are trickier. I don't feel weaker down here. I don't feel weak. Lower, I don't feel weak.
And that's okay. So can you allow yourself to connect those weaker areas to that strength that you feel, to that power that you feel, to that masculinity, that divine masculinity, as we call it? It's totally okay to be strong as a man, powerful, virile, and connect that weakness to that. And as you're connecting, see if anything comes up as an image, as a sound, as a smell, as a touch, as a feeling, as something, even as a memory. And this one is okay.
As weird as it is, I saw like a butterfly. How weird is that?
Butterfly, very nice.
What a weird thing.
No, it's transformation.
It's like a blue butterfly. It was weird.
A blue butterfly. Blue is the throat, so very good. I usually see blue in the throat, so very, very good. So a transformation in your throat, very nice. You're doing this very well. So stay there. And now go back into your heart, into your throat where you felt the blocks, and see maybe if something now is more visible than it was before. You may be surprised.
Yeah, that area just hurt. Like I could feel it. Like it's just hurt there.
Okay.
And so there's a big spot inside of here. And like, I wish I could say this was father's side, but it's real. I don't think it is. Like that side's not doing the damage anymore. Like
what I feel, it's in the back of your heart, so that's kind of invisible to you. You can't really see it. So
yeah,
it's okay. It's okay. You don't have to see it.
But like it just hurts in that area though. I do feel the area it's in. Okay. It's hard to say like what is that though, because it feels like it's a feminine energy though. It feels like it's a female energy that's there that like just does it's just cruel.
Yeah.
Like it's very selfish energy. It's very mean energy.
Very selfish. Yeah. I see like a siren or like a banshee or something. It's really weird, but it definitely feels female.
It's almost, I think it's also like maybe lizard like. It's very weird what that is, but it's not.
It's a good, lizard.
It doesn't feel sincere though.
Yeah, unsincere. Very good. Very, very good. The lying. Yeah, very good. Very, very nice. So now that we've identified the area, we're going to go around it, like from all sides. It's almost as if we're defining the area that we're going to transmute. So just go and look at it if there's any other associations that you need to come up with that may need to also go with it. And remember, we don't always have to know. We can just let go sometimes. So we just need to know the area, kind of general area. Just whatever it is, it doesn't matter.
If anything, it's like left side over here. But then there's also something that's next to it that's not heart though.
Yeah. It doesn't have to be. You're doing very well. All right.
But so there's something center here. There's something like heavy center. And it hurts all the way through.
Yeah, it does. It's almost as if it goes through.
It goes all the way through. It goes all the way through my back. Yeah.
Yeah. And it could just be like a spear that somebody threw into you like lifetimes ago and like literally killed you through the heart. It feels almost that way. So it's okay. And that's the one we're going to remove. So imagine as if we're surrounding it now. It's almost like we're going to do what we call spiritual surgery. So we're going to cauterize the area around it and just really protect it. And so nothing will spill over. But we're going to just gently go and start moving that. We're going to call it spear for lack of a better word. That spear that's all the way through your body, like literally goes from the front all the way to the back and behind. And there might just be, it may have been a spear that went all the way through, because as I'm trying to remove it, like it almost feels like half your back is going with it. It's like it's stuck to the bones and it's like it doesn't want to move. So we're just going to remove whatever can be removed today. So just allow yourself to just relax into the process. It doesn't have to be anything you want. Think of it as like an old spear. So allow yourself to go into that love where you're allowing yourself to let go of whatever it is. You don't have to know who the enemy is. You don't have to know why they killed you in that past life. You don't have to know why they were so vicious. Just know that this was a defeat and a place where you were abandoned and betrayed and just really hurt by somebody who was insincere. And I wonder if the spear came in from the back.
It feels like it came from the back.
Yeah. Because as I'm trying to remove from the back, it gets worse. So let's try to remove it from the back. And it's really what we really call backstabbing. So that's why it feels like this insincerity, this lack of trust. Yep. Yeah. Now it can move. So it definitely came from the back. So backstabbing. So let's remove it from the back and let it just go out slowly. Just feel, breathe into this process. There's nothing for you to hold on to except to know that you don't need it anymore. So it's time to remove it. And as it connects to the throat, like breathe into the throat, just deep breath. Open your mouth and really bring as much air as you can. Like that air is like allowing that connection to the throat. It's almost like the spear had like teeth. Maybe that's why you were seeing the chest with teeth and they were stuck in the throat. So let it just go out. All you have to do is imagine the spear leaving from the back. I'm going as slowly and gently as I can. And allow your heart to be cleared of that spear, of that pain. Because it's not just the physical object, but it's also what it means that is so painful. So just let it go. Let it all go in the back. Just let it be removed. All you have to do is let go. Let go of the things you're holding on to, of the memory you said, I will never forget what you did, no matter how many lifetimes. Let it go. Forgive. Very good. That's a good one. Very, very good. That definitely let go of a big part. And there might be blood gushing out. It's okay. And just put your hands in your heart, like literally physically pushing out that. Just assist yourself in that operation, as we call it. Assist yourself in letting go. Whatever you're feeling, just let it go, push it out. It's going back out from the back. It's yucky, it's rotten, it's rusty, it's old and it hurts. Allow yourself to be that person who hurt. And let's have compassion for them. And as we're removing the last bits of it, allow yourself to feel that pain. It almost feels like tears that were never cried. So if you need to cry, it's totally okay if you can. Allow yourself to just let go. Very, very nice. You're doing very well. You're really doing very well. And feel that. And know that it was a gift, even though it doesn't feel like a gift in the moment. It was a gift. And thank the people that gave it to you, the spirits, the entity, whatever it was. Thank them for the gift they had given you. And just give it back with thanks, with gratitude, knowing that whatever you did is exactly what needed to happen in that moment, whenever that was. We get so attached to being alive, we forget that sometimes death is a gift, because maybe that was the end of that journey and it needed to happen somehow. So it did happen. So maybe they killed you because anything else that will have happened will have been bad. I don't know. But it feels that way. It feels that they prevented you from going to the darkness that will have been so irreparable to go into. So acknowledge your part of the equation and let go of any memories of betrayal, knowing that the betrayal was a betrayal to yourself, that they were just manifesting in reality. So in that moment, allow yourself to go. Allow yourself to move. And it almost feels that whatever we could remove for today has been removed. So now let's flood that area with light and love. Think of it. I always like to do that because otherwise you're going to replace it with something else. So just flood with love. So connect through your head to the love. It's almost like you're in a shower energetically and you're being showered with love, with kindness, with compassion, with forgiveness, with anything good, sugar and spice. Anything good is coming to you. Angels are there. Your guides are there. It's almost like the warrior spirit is there, surrounding you, loving you, filling you back with love, light, and wisdom. And whatever was removed today is being replaced by love. So feel the love coming into you. And let's breathe into the love. Breathe in. And out. Breathe in. And anytime you breathe out, allow whatever else can go in. Like pause, you're like squishing it out. Clop. You don't need it. Let it go. Just let it go. Just let go whatever else you can. So breathe in love. Let out hate. Breathe in love. Let out pain. Breathe in love. Let out block. Breathe in love. Let out betrayal. Breathe in love. Let out hurt. Breathe in love. Let out pain. Breathe in love. Let out lizard. Breathe in love. Let out snake. Breathe in love. Let out poison. Anything and everything that is connected to you, let it be undone, uncreated, destroyed, deleted, and transmuted in all time, space, dimension, realities, and planes of existence. Anything and everything that has been associated with this pain, let it be undone, uncreated, destroyed, deleted, and transmuted in all time, space, dimension, realities, and planes of existence. Anything and everything that is associated with this lifetime and anyone in this lifetime, let it be undone, uncreated, destroyed, deleted, and transmuted in all time, space, dimension, realities, and planes of existence. Anything and everything that is associated in any lifetime, let it be undone, uncreated, destroyed, deleted, and transmuted in all time, space, dimension, realities, and planes of existence. Anything and everything that is associated with your girl, let it be undone, uncreated, destroyed, deleted, and transmuted in all time, space, dimensions, realities, and planes of existence. Anything that is unforgivable, let it be undone, uncreated, destroyed, deleted, and transmuted in all time, space, dimension, realities, and planes of existence. Anything and everything that is associated with darkness, let it be undone, uncreated, destroyed, deleted, and transmuted in all time, space, reality, and planes of existence. Anything and everything associated with yellow, for some reason yellow, let it be undone, uncreated, destroyed, deleted, and transmuted in all time, space, dimension, realities, and plane of existence. Anything and everything that has been associated with these red curtains, let it be undone, uncreated, destroyed, deleted, and transmuted in all time, space, dimension, realities, and planes of existence. Anything and everything that is associated with this red chest monster, let it be undone, uncreated, destroyed, deleted, and transmuted in all time, space, dimension, realities, and planes of existence. Anything and everything that is associated with the throat connection, let it be undone, uncreated, destroyed, deleted, and transmuted. All time, space, dimension, reality, planes of existence. Anything and everything that is associated with holding on, let it be undone, uncreated, destroyed, deleted, and transmuted. All time, space, dimension, reality, planes of existence. Anything and everything that is associated with identity, let it be undone, uncreated, destroyed, deleted, and transmuted in all time, space, dimension, realities, and planes of existence. Anything and everything that is anything that you have been holding on to, let it go, let it be gone in all time, space, dimension, realities, and planes of existence. Let it be disassociated from you in all time, space, dimension, reality, and planes of existence. Let it be undone, uncreated, destroyed, deleted, and transmuted in all time, space, dimension, reality, and planes of existence. You're doing really well. Just flood yourself back in with love. Feel the love flooding you. You're being protected and guided. You are loved. Just bring in love. Feel the love. You are loved. You're worthy. You're beautiful. You're lovely. You're kind. You're loved. You're loving. You're gorgeous. You're smart. You're funny. You're capable. You're powerful. Let it be you. You're doing really well. You're doing really well. Know that you're beautiful just the way you are right now. You have come so far and you have done so much. Give yourself a pat in the back. Good job. Feel the acknowledgement. Feel the love. Let the love flood you. Feel that love. Feel that connection. Feel that reality. And breathe in. We're going to take 3 last breaths before we step out. Breathe in, and anytime you breathe in love and let go of any darkness that remains. Breathe in love and breathe out darkness. Breathe in love. Breathe out darkness. And one last time, breathing love. Breathe out darkness. Very nice. And now allow yourself to go back into the staircase. You've done very good for today. You did as much as you could for today. And let's go find that staircase. And as I count backwards from 10, let's go back up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Cross the boundary between the unseen and the seen. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reality is speeding up. You're back here. You're back now. Feel your toes, curl your toes. Feel your fingers, curl your fingers. Move around your body a little bit. Just know where you are. Define your body here. Move your head. And welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. How are you feeling? Yeah, so you're crying. Good job on that.
Feel good. Like there's that spear thing. That was the thing. You're right. It was from the back. It wasn't from the front. Like, cause I could even feel like it wasn't going this way. It was going like to pull it out. It had to go back.
Because I tried to pull it from the front and it was literally as if I was pulling your bones with it. So I was like, huh. And it makes sense. If it's betrayal, it will have been a spear coming in from the back. A lot of people do a lot of past life regression. I don't like to go into the story. I just like to remove it. I'm like, we don't need to know exactly. Good enough. Let it go.
Sure. No, I have, there's definitely a connection to a warrior self, like in probably many lives.
Yeah.
Like, and so I have a connection to different warrior things, even historically. That's like, there's a thing there, like a connection to it. So I resonate with that. But yeah, that the hurt that's in there, like I don't know what that one was.
A little bit. Did it move it a little bit?
Yeah, no, I can feel it. Like it definitely, it was going backwards. Like when you were saying go backwards, I could feel it moving then. But it's been hurting through the back to the front, and it's been like this for like weeks now.
Yeah.
Like it's been
So
weird.
let's give it time. We put in a lot of love. All your angels or guides, I didn't ask them to come back out because I said stay there.
What was weird when you said that yellow thing? It was funny when you were saying breathe in love, like it was like breathe in like dark or like a purple. But then when you're saying let out the darkness, it was letting out like yellow.
Yeah, I don't know why yellow came up. I see things.
I don't know either,
always
but that's what it was doing, which is weird because it was the yellow that was coming up, and when I was breathing in, it would go down. It would go into like a purple or a dark, and then when I would let it go, like yellow or light would go up. I don't know what that was, but there was a thing happening.
Possible. It's the reason you haven't been able to connect to the divine light. It's almost like you're stuck in the darkness and you can't connect to light. And so now you see the light that is within you. So maybe it's not the light from outside, but it's your own light, the yellow light.
Maybe.
And white
maybe
light.
That's what the block was. Is like, the block is I can't let my light out.
Yeah, very possibly. Very possibly. It feels correct.
Yeah, I think that may be what the block is I'm blocked to let my own light out. There's some block against my own light.
And this is the thing, when we go into protection mode, we assume we're going to be hurt and we assume we're not strong. And it's almost like the opposite effect, because what if you were strong? What if you could do it?
I think I'm doing it the other way. I think I'm almost provoking, not afraid.
Yeah,
I think I'm kind of I think it's almost like starting shit more than like running away. I think I'm provoking more than
light does
like that's the energy I feel. I feel like what that is for me. It's almost like I wish you would
activate. Yeah, absolutely. You're a warrior in the path of warrior. You want to do things. That's right. That's perfect.
Yeah, because I don't feel a runaway. I don't feel retreat. I don't feel that. I feel like
you're standing your ground.
Like kind of like picking a fight more than like get away from the pain. I feel more like move toward it. Like, come on. I feel that's a weird thing. Maybe that's why it's reversed, because like it feels like there's something that's dulling my light, and I'm like, don't fucking do it. Like I feel like I'm mad at the thing that like makes it feel like why do I have to slow me? Do I have to dull my glow?
I'm going to invite you to see something, that you're mad. The fact that you're angry is actually lower. So that's going lower in the vibration of love. Love is higher. Anger is lower. So you being mad at the thing is preventing you from saying the love. So just say, okay, I forgive you for being so weird and ugly and whatever it is. I know. It's not, it doesn't have to make sense to the mind.
There was a big let go when you said like you feel the thing with the forgiveness thing. Like there was a thing there that was a big deal on that. And there's just a lot of like cruelty. It was like to say like forgive the cruelty.
Yeah. Because sometimes we hold on to it because it's almost forgive the unforgivable. Can you do that?
That's kind of what it feels like. Yeah. It's something like that. It's like, I don't feel like the connection to like, that was cool. Like, it's cool. Like, that's not cool. And like you said, the spear in the back, I'm like, tell me how it's cool.
I know. It's like the
please
people
explain how
the people just killed you. Right. And it's like, ouch.
Right. Yeah. Please explain the coolness.
Definitely not cool. But that is the next level for you. Forgive the unforgivable. Like whatever it is. I don't know how it's going to manifest in the next few days or weeks.
No, you're good.
Just pay attention.
Forgive the unforgivable.
Yeah.
The only way out is through.
Yeah. Because sometimes we are here the victim holds on to the unforgivable part. Love itself, there's nothing to forgive because the love itself, it's almost like the God's love is so beautiful, so powerful that there's nothing to forgive, because the moment it was created, it was already forgiven. And this is not human love. This is divine love. And that's where you're going. And that's where you're like, the unforgivable, I'm holding on to it because humanly it doesn't make sense. And divine love is like, yeah, but who cares? We love you anyway. And this is like the redemptive love. This is the love that is repairing. Because tell
The
me
thing where I'm
somebody
like trying to forgive myself for the pain that I've allowed others to do. Like it's almost like I invited it.
Yeah. And that is the thing. There's nobody that hurts us in any way, shape, or form until we allow them to.
Mm-hmm. And I think
It's
that's
almost
more where my piece is. There's something else there where it's like, yeah, you did it, dude. Like you asked for it and you got it. Like
right.
you,
And
like,
you have to forgive yourself for that too. Like
mm-hmm.
one of the hardest things for me, for myself, for Maria to forgive has been myself. I'm like, why did I pick this shitty life? I mean, if you look at what happened in my life, it's like, seriously, who in the right mind will choose this life? It's
Mm-hmm.
like I've been abused and physically, sexually, mentally, verbally, like the whole thing, right? I've been hurt, betrayed, like, destroyed over and over again. It's like, why would I do this to myself? It's like sometimes death feels like a gift. And I'm like, why am I not dead? It would have been nicer. And it's like, what did I do to myself? Why am I still here torturing? This is my mind, right?
Mm-hmm.
From the divine perspective, I know that I had to get as strong as I am today. And the only way to have this kind of strength and power is through all the pain I went through. Because there's nothing in my mind anymore that I haven't forgiven or loved. Years ago, there had been only one client that I couldn't accept, and he was an active child molester. And because I was molested as a child, I just couldn't do it. And it took me a whole entire year of working on forgiving him. And when I finally did, I mean, it's really unforgivable. But when I finally got there, like there's a new layer that I allowed. It's almost like we're holding on to these things because they're just so dark. But how are we going to heal the world where today there's child molesters? How are we going to heal the world if we make them bad and we're good? This is spiritual ego. To say, hey, I am good because I am not molesting children, and they're bad because they are, and so we're going to put them in the doghouse. Well, guess what? We keep them in the shadow. What if we say, I forgive you, I love you, no matter what you have done, you're still loved. Come back into the fold, and we will love you. And maybe that is what is going to finally allow them to stop molesting the children they are. Because guess what? We have better laws in the United States. Well, in Asia, not so much for the laws. There's rings here where they sell children for molestation. It's like commodity. And it's like, oh my God, how can you do this? But it's infinite supply as long as there's demand. So how can we even go there to forgive and heal that part when we cannot even accept it and see it? So let's see that darkness and say, hey, I love you anyway. I love you anyway.
Yeah, listen, I'll give you the credit for what level you're at. If you're at the level of that, you're an Everest climber, that's for sure. Because even that one, I'm like, I'm having a hard time making that connection. Like I'm not there yet, but I'll start with the spear for now.
No, but
let me work on this spear.
Because it helps to see it from perspective, right?
Well, it almost would be identified as an extreme, but what you're saying is actually it's not an extreme, it's a level of grace that you're able to achieve if you keep working. And testament to your level. Like I don't do these things lightly, and I don't fall for things lightly. Like I definitely am a reader or a digger in on things. And like when it comes to this kind of stuff, I've talked to people who believe that they're very spirit warrior or very spiritual and very spirit-esque. No, you're definitely at like a grandmaster level. Like you're the real deal. Like, and like, I don't say this lightly. I really don't. Throw the hearts. I don't say it lightly. I really promise. Like I do not. I've talked to some people where I'm like, they're very good at what they do, or this person is very informed, or this person is very talented. But when it comes to just like that power, there's a power that you have that, like, even last time we talked, I could feel it for days. And, you know, I look forward to going through the next few days on this. And now even doing my own time of like removing more of the spear and working, I guess it may be a forgiveness thing that now I'm sorting through. And that does feel authentic to go, because I know the heart side and in this area here, there's something there that maybe it is a forgiveness, and it could be a grace for myself, or it could be forgiveness for others, or both. And I think maybe practicing forgiveness is maybe my level. But no, a testament to you for being able to do what you're doing. It's pretty legit.
And can I say something? If I am part of this world, I am you. Whatever you see in me is in you. You couldn't see it if it wasn't in you. So thank you for all the kind things you said. Definitely appreciate. And you only see it because it's in you. So
yeah, there's a connection thing. I can feel that. I can feel the energy on that. That's pretty neat. It's pretty amazing, Maria. I really appreciate you for that. And like the knowledge and what you shared, like that's pretty hardcore. Also, yeah, there's a lot of people that wouldn't do this live. That's for sure. It's not. That was tough. I could feel the throat.
That's why
the throat thing. When you called
said
that out.
The what?
The throat thing. When you called that out, I'm like, it's something. When you said like the throat.
Yeah.
Like when you're like this, it's throat. I'm like, it's something here. You're like, it's right there. And I'm like, it is right there. It's right here.
Yeah,
the hell?
Yeah.
But I can feel it's a block here. And I really do think it's that thing that makes it so, like, the thing that, like, men don't show weakness. It feels like it's right here. That's where mine is, at least. You can't show weakness, stops here. And I think a lot of my guys would also relate, like, when you feel that, like, that ball in your throat come up, like, where you're like, you're going to cry. And there's, like, you've built the muscle up here to go, no, push it down. And I feel like that's, like, a trained muscle that's been there since very young.
Yeah,
like it's been like early teen almost. Like it's been there for like 30 years.
Yeah.
You know, and so when like that block is there, there's a pain here, but then there's a thing that goes like, we don't need to go past this. We don't let that past here. There's a thing there. It was a good call. It was very intuitive.
Yeah. Well, I follow energy. This is the thing. I used to go through the mind. I used to go through the body. I used to go through things. And, you know, like in my evolution as a healer, as a practitioner myself and as a guide, I found because I have a very, get it done yesterday kind of approach. I'm not exactly a patient kind. And, I can be very patient, but when I'm in it, I'm like, let's do it fast. And so I'm like, what's the fastest way? And energy is clearly the fastest. That's why whenever you were going to the story, I was like, no, let's not go into the story. It really doesn't matter. Because you're like, you're going to tell me this lifetime and we're going to past lifetimes and find the story in the past lifetime. And I'm like, okay, then you can justify it even more. And then you can stay in that victim part again. But what if we didn't? What if we didn't care what it was? What if we just know that it's there? And that's the only thing that matters, that it has been there. Because it's almost like, does it matter if I use, here, I'm going to show you the color pens. I like color pens. But does it matter which color I'm picking to write? As long as I wrote it, it's written. It doesn't matter what color pen I picked. It really doesn't. So we're going to erase. There's Casey Marie Sheldon. She's really fun. I love one word that I picked from her is like, if it's, when I do the clearings, like if it's created, let it be uncreated. If it's, she uses the word destoried. So if it has been a story, let it be destoried. So when you hear me say the clearing, I say, let it be undone, uncreated, destroyed, deleted, and transmuted. So destoried, it's not destroyed, it's destroyed, destoried. So take the story out. We don't care. It's a story. If you read some spiritual books, there's like 1,000 faces, 1,000 lives. It doesn't matter. It's a story. Let it be distorted. It was written into a story. It doesn't matter what color pen you use. Let it be distorted. Because when we hold on to the story, guess what? We're still holding on to something. Let go of everything. And when I go into the next part of the clearing, it's like in all time, space. So time, backward and forward, it doesn't matter. Space, any reality, any dimension, and any plane of existence. So this way, it's kind of like, I call it the boilerplate clearing statement, right? It's like, we don't need to know where it is. Like, let's do the whole thing.
It's very impressive. Yeah, I like that. And de-story it. Because I do a lot of work also where I go in and we work on the story. We change the story. We create a new memory. And that creates a new association to take power back or take your energy back. Exactly. It's very cool to hear. Like, that's a good tool to have. We're going to de-story this thing. Very cool. I like it. It's very cool what you do. Like, thank you so much for that. Like, it's an honor. It's a high honor to have like a master be able to do their mastery with me. Like, thank you. I really do appreciate it very much.
Thank you for giving me a platform to show to people what is possible, because sometimes I know for myself, because it has been hard. I've been told that I'm broken beyond repair. And I was like, what the fuck? Now I've forgiven him, realizing that at the time I was not exactly the easiest person to deal with. And, I get it. But at the time, the way he said it was not with compassion, it was with selfish intent. It's like, oh, I don't want to deal with you. As opposed to, just say, hey, I'm not strong enough to deal with you. That's okay. That's an okay statement. But you don't say to the other person, you're broken beyond repair. That is absolutely not true.
Who's charging $28K to just give up on their clients? Like, hold on a second. My whole intent, and I know I can charge a lot more than I do. But I keep my prices way lower than that to make sure I can work with like real men. Like, but to say like $28K and then ditch my client, I don't have the integrity to do that.
Well, I do charge high rates, but not exactly yet.
I couldn't abandon my client though at 20. If you paid me $30K and I said this isn't working, I couldn't just throw you in the garbage.
I have to say that when I work with somebody, because I make myself available every day, like literally there's clients, especially in the beginning, they will be in touch with me every day. I cannot charge like low rates, because otherwise how am I going to have a business, right?
Very agreed.
But I definitely give a high level of service when I charge for that money, because I'm like, dude, if you're my private client, I'm just making sure there's nothing that fell through the cracks, because I don't believe in broken cases. I don't believe in people broken beyond repair. That just doesn't happen for me. I'm like,
I'm with you too.
Broken beyond repair, I'm your girl, because I don't give up on anybody. So don't. And
if they're willing,
yeah. And the one thing I want to say to those people who may feel that there's a part of them that's just so broken that it cannot be repaired, never give up on yourself. Never give up on yourself. Don't ever.
I agree with you very much. I really do. If there's somebody willing to do the work, I can pull you out. If you're willing to walk, I'll come and get you and I'll pull you up. But you got to walk. I'm not carrying you. But you can get out. It's not easy. And I never said it was. And you hear people like do these answers that are the solutions, and they're not. It's a grind. It's a battle. You're going to have to fight out.
Yeah.
Like, it's not an easy walk.
No. And it's like, look, you have to do the work. I will I can show you the way. I can open the door. I can get you all the way there, but you have to go through. If you're not have the courage to go through, that's on you. That's not on me. And that's really important as a healer and as a practitioner to know that sometimes some people don't want to be helped, and we cannot help those who don't want to be helped. That's why I say to people, like, if you don't want to find the money to pay me, that's okay. Go find somebody else you want to pay. But and that's okay, right? I mean, I remember, and it was years ago, there was this, and I hope this doesn't come out as too much of an ego story, but there was this lady, she had cancer, and she was spending thousands and thousands, like 10 times more in doctors, right? But she won't pay me. In the beginning, I felt like such a horrible person that I won't work with her unless you paid me. And I cried for months for her, right? But she just refused to pay me. So I was like, I can't work with you for free. And then it was months and months later. I was going back to the United States, and she was in California. So I was like, hey, I'm coming to California. I was going to LA, and I know you're doing better, but people tell me you're doing better, but I don't feel you are. So can you come see me? I'll work with you for free. I finally gave up. I said, I cannot see her die, right? And knowing that she was there. And you know what she said to me eventually? I finally came clean. She said, Maria, I cannot even walk to the bathroom. How do you want me to travel? And then I realized that she had been lying to everybody. And you know what? Since the beginning, this is the thing she didn't want to face. I said, what you need to work on is this lying. Can you just be 100% honest? Because she was an actress, like literally her job was to be an actress. So she had this persona that she will put on, even though like she didn't have to. And she put it on all the way to the end. I remember going to that place where other people knew her, and they were like, oh, I just picked her yesterday, and she said she's doing so much better, and we'll probably see her next time. And I was like, I don't think she will make it, right? And she did die, unfortunately. And I cried a lot. But it was, the lesson for me was to know that I can only help those who want to be helped. I have to be honest, Risk. I almost died trying to save somebody who was dying. I almost died because I went on the other side with them and I couldn't come back. I almost died. And I was like, and that person did not pay me. And I was like, that was, to me, this was a clear sign. I will never do this work for free because there has to be an exchange. Maybe my exchange is all the work I have done and all the things that I do, and your exchange is money. But you know what? That's a medium of exchange. It doesn't matter. And I say this for the spiritual people who are listening to us and saying, oh, I can't charge money for spiritual work. And I'm like, BS, of course you can. The church is not charging money. Yeah, they get donations, but still money. Like money is the way of the world. I'm a capitalist. I believe in money. I'm like, dude, if you're in business, you make money. I'm like hardcore capitalist. Since I was a little kid, I have been. And the reason I say that is like there's nothing wrong with money. The two energies that are most corrupted in the world, they're power and money. And almost spiritual people, quote unquote, don't want to deal with it. And I'm like, no, let's make money good. Let's make power good.
Let's make power good. I agree with you there too. Like that's what I do with my men. Like when I work with the warriors that I work with, is we talk about being just leaders, and we build others. We don't tear people down. We don't conquer by destroying. We build up others and we create, and we are the nurture. We are the safety. We are the security. We are the protection. We are that. And that's not an energy that's taking. It's an energy that's giving. Exactly. And that's the power that like a real warriors. That's when I talk about my warriors and the men that I train. We train because we give, not because we're taking, not because we're looting and plundering.
Absolutely. Because there's the pirates who go and loot and plunder, and there's the people who build empires, and they are shining examples, like a shining example of an empire. Like it's almost like it's difficult to find in the history. So, but there's even dictators, right? Everybody says, oh, dictators are bad. Well, Lee Kuan Yew, like in Singapore, he was a dictator, but he built an amazing country. So in a sense, in the lower vibrations, power is manipulation and control. In the higher vibrations, power is inspiration and vision. And so as leaders, we're bringing vision and inspiration, and that's what is going to allow us to go to the next level. And it's not about manipulating and controlling people. It's about giving them the vision that they want to work with so they can do the rest.
Yes.
All right. I am coming up to the end of the time I had because I have a client coming up. So is there...
No, you're good. This was wonderful. No, that was very cool. I very much resonate with what you're doing. You're easily one of my favorite guests. Like, I very much appreciate you, Maria. Thank you so much.
Oh, I'm going to do
And
the hard thing.
do the hearts, blow them up.
Love the little hearts.
It's very, very powerful what you do. I strongly recommend anybody who is willing to do the work or willing to at least invest in themselves. Like, you're the real deal. And I'll make sure all of your links and all of your things are connected again, and make sure that people really get a chance to spend the time and hopefully connect their energy to your energy, because it's very liberating. I'm looking forward to my next week here and just working through the stuff that we just opened up there. It's such an honor. Thank you so much,
Let me
Maria.
know how it goes. Let me know how it goes.
I will.
All right.
Yeah, thank you so much. All right, have fun with your client. It's good to see you.
Good to see you always. Love you. Bye.
Bye.
Click on the button and you can become the hero in your own story. It's time to start making the choices to change. And the evolution that you're going to do begins with choosing the next step. This is the way. And together, we're always stronger.